Hi guys and welcome back. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different. So I'm taking part in a collaboration with Nimmin and at least 200 other YouTubers that he's received submissions from so far, doing a project explaining what it means to be a YouTube creator and why we do it. So if you don't know, Nimmin is a YouTuber who teaches other creators like me how to give value to our subscribers, how to make our videos actually answer what people want to get out of those videos, how to find out what people are searching for and how to deliver it to them. So Nimmin, I give you permission to use this video in any way you would like. So what does it mean to me to be a YouTube creator? Well, I've always been a creator. When I was 3, I made a paper elephant for my Uncle Tom, who's an architect, using a split pin so that the tail could move backwards and forwards. And it hasn't really stopped from there. I've taken apart clocks, I've built robots, I went to computer camp and science camp and was always obsessed with science and computers and engineering, but also with other more traditional crafts like art and craft and music and cooking and plants and animal husbandry and all manner of things. Where this stems from is, I think, from my dad. So my dad always taught me that you don't have to be an expert in everything. You don't have to be the best there is at something. What you need to be able to do is to understand how all the dots join together. So the way he taught me that I could give value in this world, how I could make a difference, how I could make things happen, was that I should understand how every piece of information I ever learn ties into the great big picture of all the bits of information, and to make those connections and join those dots. And then I would be able to see things that other people couldn't see, and that would be my advantage. And that's exactly what I do. I've already done blogging, I've done podcasts, I've done speech radio, I've written articles, so YouTube was just the next logical step for me. But the kind of content that I create now is the kind of content that brings all of those different areas together. There was a series of events that brought me to this point where I thought, this is the information that I need to share. This is the picture that I need to paint to show other people the connections that I can see, because it's not the way that everybody looks at the world. And I realise that now, that what my dad gave me was something very special. Along with the life lessons that I got from my dad, I've also had some amazing life lessons from my mum. My mum brought me up to believe that I could do absolutely anything I wanted to do, as long as I was prepared to work for it, as long as I was prepared to practice, and I was prepared to be rubbish and get better and get better and get better. And when I reached my limitations, to accept them gracefully. So apart from sharing the quirks of my wonderful education courtesy of 2 amazing parents, what is it that I'm actually trying to do with this channel? Well, there are a couple of things that I'm trying to achieve, and I think the answer to this question really lies in why did I start it in the first place? So there are a series of moments between me and my close friends and my family that really brought home to me the kinds of things that I wanted to share and the kind of work that I wanted to do in my life's work. Some people have a vocation, a calling, and I feel that I have one of those, and I feel that it is my life's work to understand how things get put together, to understand how everything works, and to be able to share things that I can see from my vantage point as a Fox learner, someone who connects the dots and sees the connections between these things, and I can impart things, and I can build things, and I can express things in a way that maybe isn't normal. So what do I mean by isn't normal? Well, I'm a coder. I write software, library software by profession. I write very different types of code. On one hand, I'm writing programs in BASIC, and on the other hand, I'm writing things in modern technology like Angular. But what I think is most exciting about what I get to do is that it is an expression of creativity. So the project that I'm working on at the moment is one that is really exciting, where I take a database and using the programming language BASIC, I express it into an n-tier recursive data structure, which then the client code that I'm writing consumes that data structure and builds the website by itself, following the instructions held within the data. So it's very much like a pond lily. So in the morning the pond lily opens, and in the evening it closes up again. And that's basically what this program does. It expresses the data and then the other side picks it up and builds something back out of it. And I love things like that. It's elegant, it's beautiful, it's a symphony of code, and it's something that I feel very passionately about. But it's also a part of this whole matrix of information and understanding how everything fits together. The internet is very much like everything else. It's an expression of human ingenuity, and it's an expression of knowledge, of data, of information, and it's beautiful. So you think, what are you talking about, Liz? Get on with it. Well, okay. So there have been a series of moments that brought me to this YouTube channel. The first was that I was away for the weekend visiting one of my best friends, and she had recently bought an expensive £25 all singing, all dancing sports bra. And the first or second time she wore it, when she did it up at the back, one of the hooks and eyes that fastened bras snapped. It bent too far and it snapped. And so she was about to throw away this £25 sports bra and go and buy another £25 sports bra. And I said to her, what are you doing? Don't you know that you can go and buy a packet of hooks and eyes from the market for £1? So that's exactly what we did. We went to the market, we bought a pack of hooks and eyes, and we fixed that sports bra for £1. And it was so straightforward. It took a few moments, but it saved her £24. But it also showed me that I think about things differently. And it got me thinking about why I think about things differently. So the next event was that I had the privilege of teaching one of my best friends how to crochet. It was something that I'd learned earlier in the year, and I passed it on to her, and she was able to crochet for her sister's new baby a beautiful baby blanket, and it was such a personal and sentimental gift that she was able to give, and she was so pleased with the fact that she'd learnt to crochet. And I was so pleased because I'd been the person who'd been able to teach her and give her and her sister that moment, that bonding. And that was another thing that stood out to me, was that the things we make instead of buy are the things that really bring us together, that bond us with those around us. People respond differently to me because I ask them questions about themselves and about the things that they know and the things that they can teach me. I see everybody as a potential teacher, somebody who can improve my understanding of that information matrix, someone who can add value to my life. And that's something that we seem to be lacking today, is the younger generation looking to the older generation for information, for wisdom, for learning. We've got to this point where we think that we know it all already, that we know how to do everything, and that our parents and our grandparents, their knowledge is outdated, it's no longer relevant, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Some of the closest bonding moments that I've had with people have been where I have been asking them to teach me things, and that is invaluable. But they've also come when I've been teaching other people things, like when I taught my friend how to crochet, like when I taught my sister how to budget shop, and like when I taught my friend how to fix her bra. So from this channel, what I want to do is I want to empower people to be able to see the world around them differently. I want to show people that by not paying for the convenience of not having to do the work, because you're doing some of the work yourself, there's two benefits. First, you get to make the things yourself, and there's a joy in that. But second, you get to save so much money by not paying for the convenience of everything being done for you all the time, that you don't have to work as hard. You don't have to have this frantic pace of modern life where you're constantly on the go and you never have time to enjoy your actual existence. I want to empower people to give it a go and to not be afraid of failure. I want to show people that you don't have to be an expert in everything, and that it's okay to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. As part of my environmental beliefs, I want to show people that what we consider to be waste, we should really be considering resources to make the things that we need without having to go out and buy new things all the time. We need to break the cycle of consumerism and form a circular economy. And we can do that using our own human ingenuity and creativity, and using the people we have around us, bonding with them, sharing the experience of making things together. And I want to show that it is possible to tread lightly on this earth and for it not to cost the earth, either financially or environmentally, for us to just live our best life. And of course, I enjoy sharing what I've made with other people because I like the feedback. I like the congratulations and the nice comments, and I like the fact that people are impressed by what I can do. I mean, who doesn't? So if that all sounded like things that you want to do too, then this is the channel for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and then we can make, mend and grow our way together for a big life on a small budget. And finally, in the dark shadows and the corners of the world where you fear to go, look out for the Nimminati.